Hey guys, using this new testing method, and I'm wanting to test some knives that I tested previously that I was kind of happy with their performance. I was happy with the performance, but I really thought they could do better. And the very first knife I ever tested was the gray CTS-20CP Paramilitary 2. And this knife has a steel that is chemically equivalent to S90V. It's just made by Carpenter. It is a powder steel, just like S90V. And I tested it using the very first, very crude method, which was a plastic cutting board and a 3/4 inch rope unbraided into 3 different strands that would equal 9 feet. And that was the most basic crude method that I could use, and this knife still did very well. So I want to use this new testing method just to see how it performs for my own enjoyment, and figured you guys would want to see it. So went and bought new rope. This is 9 feet of 3/8 inch sisal rope, and initial sharpness is literally hair whittling. Some knives are close to it, some knives are literally whittling hair. This one is one of those that literally whittles hair when I start. So just going to go ahead and get to it. This is my new testing method, using this piece of wood because A, it's very soft and it's not going to affect the edge. B, it raises up a platform for me so that I can set my hand down and use the entire length of the edge instead of sitting here and using the front third of the edge. I get to utilize the whole length of the edge. There you go. And it also gives me another benefit that I can't remember. Whatever. I'm going to get to use a fresh section of this wood for every test, so I'm not testing on a part of wood that has nasty particles embedded in it, rope, other variables. So just going to go ahead and get to the testing. It takes no effort to get through this stuff. Especially using this new method. It's a lot easier for me to cut the rope this way. I always test after the first few cuts. Still slicing, but it's pretty boogered up. I can feel it already. Really excited to see how well this steel performs. I'm sinking really far down into this piece of wood every time I make a cut. It is very soft wood, so I don't think it'll be a problem. Go ahead and test sharpness again. And it's still sharp, but we definitely have a pretty severe roll in the edge. It's catching on the paper. But that's kind of to be expected. It still slices though. So we'll just continue on. I don't know if you can hear my dog. He's back there squeaking toys. We got him Christmas presents today. This knife is really comfortable. very comfortable. Still sharp, although it does have some damage. I mean, the damage isn't going to go away, it's just going to get worse. But it is still very sharp. It has lost its fine edge completely though. As you can see, it's lost its fine edge pretty much 100%. But it's still sharp enough to cut things. It's strange. What did you do? My dog knocked something over and it scared him and he ran off. It is much less fatiguing to cut this way. Man, the other way was so much worse on my hands. So, go ahead and cut. It's still easily able to slice phone book paper. It's lost its fine edge, but it's developed the toothy working edge that high vanadium steels develop, and it'll just stay here for a long time. So I don't think we're going to see any more appreciable dulling. I could be wrong, but I think we're pretty much at that threshold. Remy? No. I don't know if you can see how deep the edge is in that wood. I sink it in there. This wood is very soft. I'm going to continue playing around with mediums to cut on, because I feel like you can always improve it. Ideally, I would have a piece of soft pine or something. I don't know if this is pine or not. Kind of looks like it. Last cut. Let's see if we can still slice phone book paper. If we can, then this, yeah. This testing method is much better on the edge than the other, what I used to use. In my experience, this still doesn't perform as well as S90V. While it is still slicing phone book paper fairly easily, S90V seems to hold a keen edge for longer. Again, that's just my experience. This knife is still very sharp though. Don't let me talk it down. It's still extremely sharp. It's developed the toothy edge faster than S90V does, to me. And it is kind of boogery. See, it doesn't even want to catch the paper there. It is still sharp though. Will it shave hair? No, it will not. Let's see if we can hone it to a razor edge again. This is just the weight of the blade. Doing edge trailing strokes. See if we can align that edge back up. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. It's razor sharp again. So this is a good demonstration of how easy it is to hone pretty much any steel. I mean, this This has some of the highest vanadium content of any production knife steels available, and all that vanadium makes it difficult to sharpen, but it's still easy to hone, period. So if you were in the field and you had a dull knife, a dull CTS-20CP edge, it's not going to take forever to bring it back. Just 3 or 4 swipes on a hone, and you have a easily hair shaving edge. I don't know if you could see or hear it, but it's really popping the hairs off, and that's just a few swipes on a hone. So that's why I don't mind having really high carbide steels in the field. So I'm not really in a field ever, so it doesn't matter. It's a moot point for me. 20CP, it's a good contender for S90V, but I think S90 probably outperforms it just a hair. S90 holds its very fine edge a little bit longer than 20CP, in my opinion. But both steels hold an incredibly toothy working edge, and it will just cut and cut and cut and cut and cut and pretty much never stop cutting. So both of them are really good steels. So anyway, thanks for watching. This kind of validates that this test gives the steel a better chance than the other. So I'm going to continue on with this. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.